The alien cadet stood behind the observation glass, eyes fixed on the screen. A group of humans had just been dropped into the freezing wasteland, where wind cut like knives and the air itself could kill. Other species had died in minutes. But the humans didn't fall. They moved slowly, shivering. But they stayed alive. One started breaking ice. Another lit a fire using scraps. Minutes passed. Then an hour. No one had ever lasted this long. Cadet Narek's hands trembled. "Why aren't they dying?" he whispered. No one answered. For the first time, the observers felt fear instead of curiosity. Snow kept falling hard as night came. The humans huddled together near the fire, their clothes soaked, their faces pale. One man's hand was turning black from frostbite. A woman tore her jacket and wrapped his hand tight. Another man, bleeding from the leg, laughed softly as he chewed frozen meat. The alien cadets watched in silence. These creatures were supposed to scream, to give up, to freeze like all others had. But instead, they shared warmth. They told stories. They smiled. Cadet Narek leaned closer to the screen, heart pounding. "They're dying," he whispered, "but they're not afraid." Why? The darkness grew deeper, and then the ground shook. From the trees, glowing eyes appeared. Night beasts, fast and sharp, with blades for limbs. The alien cadets leaned forward, certain it was the end. One of the creatures pounced, dragging a human into the shadows. The rest didn't run. They grabbed sticks, fire, even their bare fists, and they fought back. Screams echoed through the cold. Hours passed. Then the humans returned, carrying the missing man, bloody, weak, but alive. Behind them, one of the beasts lay dead. Cadet Narek stared in disbelief. "They don't just survive," he said. "They fight like monsters." The frozen land faded, replaced by a desert of sharp bones and red sand that burned in the sun. Flesh-eating insects swarmed the air. Other species had died in hours, burned, eaten, or driven mad. But the humans kept moving. They covered their skin with monster hides. They crushed insects and smeared their blood to mask their scent. One man stepped on a sharp bone, tearing his foot open. He didn't scream. He snapped the bone free, cleaned it, and used it to build a spear. The alien cadets watched in silence. "They turn pain into tools," whispered Cadet Narek, shaken. A strange gas filled the air, colorless but deadly. It wasn't meant to kill the body. It attacked the mind, breaking the will to live. Many species had gone mad from it. The humans staggered as the gas spread. One fell to his knees, shaking. Another sat beside him and placed a hand on his back. They didn't scream. They talked. They cried. Then they laughed. One even began to sing through the tears. The cadets were stunned. "The gas should have broken them," said one. Cadet Narek spoke softly, eyes wide. "It can't. There's something inside them. Something we don't have." A fierce storm roared toward the humans, shaking the ground with thunder and lightning. The wind carried strange sounds that made most creatures scream and collapse. The humans covered their ears, but the pain was too much. One began bleeding from the ears, falling to the ground. But they didn't give up. Using hand signals and strong wills, they stayed together, moving forward through the storm's fury. The alien cadets watched, amazed and terrified. After hours, the storm passed. The humans were battered and blind, but they were still standing. Cadet Narek whispered, "They chose to face death, and survived." The alien commanders grew worried. They ordered the cadets to watch the humans more closely. Some officials believed the humans must be hiding secret technology or strange powers to survive. But the cadets saw no signs of that. Instead, the humans noticed the watching drones. One of them looked straight at a camera and smiled, a bold, fearless smile. Cadet Narek felt a strange respect growing inside him. These humans were not just survivors, they were fighters. The commanders debated what to do next, but the cadets knew one thing for sure. The humans were unlike anything they had ever seen. The aliens set a deadly trap, a collapsing cave, filled with poisonous gas and shifting tunnels. The humans were forced inside, separated by darkness and fear. Panic should have taken them, but it didn't. Instead, they worked together. They marked paths in the dust, used broken rocks to leave signs, and helped each other through the choking gas. One man was weak, nearly gone, but the others carried him. When they finally escaped, they brought their fallen friend's body with them, refusing to leave anyone behind. The alien cadets stared in shock. "They carry their dead," whispered Cadet Narek. That is, something new. The alien leaders had enough. They declared the humans a threat. Too strong, too unpredictable. They planned to end the experiment by destroying the humans completely. But the cadets disagreed. Especially Cadet Narek, who had come to admire their spirit. The humans, sensing the danger, prepared themselves quietly. They gathered what little they had left and stood together, ready to face whatever was coming. The cadets watched, hearts pounding. Could these fragile beings truly face the full force of an empire? The question hung in the air like a storm. No one dared to answer yet. As the final attack began, the humans stood side by side, their faces grim but unbroken. Explosions shook the ground around them, and energy blasts lit up the dark sky. Despite the chaos, they moved as one, protecting each other, refusing to fall. The alien cadets watched in stunned silence as the humans pushed forward, surviving impossible odds. When the dust settled, only a few remained standing. But those who did carried a fire in their eyes, a fire no weapon could destroy. Cadet Narek whispered, "How are they still alive?" "Because they refused to give up." The aliens had witnessed something they would never forget. True human resilience.